What's up, guys? It's Techno Viking 23 coming to you today with another episode in my Raid Shadow Legends free-to-play series. We're on day 23 of our new free-to-play account, just playing through the game and seeing how far we can progress and how well we can do as a pure free-to-play account in the game. Wanted to kind of apologize a little bit for not posting more often. I've been trying to upload this series every couple of days, but this past week's been kind of crazy. We're getting into the fourth quarter at work, and I was kind of worn out, and quite honestly, even tonight making this, I'm a little tired, so I apologize if I sound kind of out of it, but it's been a long week, and ready for some vacation time. Hopefully, fall's going to be a little bit more relaxed, and the weather's getting nicer, and just looking forward to the next couple of months, hopefully being able to wind down a little bit. But let's get back into our series now. Like I said, we're on day 23. We're still working our way toward Hike Tune. We've got some cool stuff coming up here in the next week of the game. We've got an Ancient Shard and a Void Shard, some gems to look forward to, 500 energy, which is always good on our free-to-play account. And today we're going to get a artifact set here. It looks like 4 artifacts, only 3 stars, so not so amazing, but still good for our account either way we look at it. So let's get into the game. We're of course going to get all of these pop-ups that are coming up. Seems to be more and more of a thing going on in Raid these days. I'm going to be doing a separate video talking about how I'm a little concerned about the direction that this game is heading in after the change of leadership. If you guys didn't know, the CEO got fired back in July, or let go, or left, or there's really not super clear what happened, but the guy who took over for him is the old CFO of the company. And since that happened, there has been a much more, I don't know how to really call it, but much more of a financial focus for the company in terms of trying to push out packs and sell things versus actually talking about the type of content they're going to be putting into the game. But we'll leave that for another time. This is mostly supposed to be a positive series, so let's just talk about what's going on right now. We've been working on the account a pretty good bit over the last couple days. We've got some tournaments here that are going to be ending pretty soon, but tomorrow there actually is a bunch of stuff going on tomorrow with the game. There's going to be some new tournaments, and this is a new champion here. They just announced there's a whole bunch of new champions coming. There is a new fusion that starts tomorrow for a new Lizard Man champion. We're probably not going to be able to get that right away. You can see here too another new champion in the new Dungeon Divers event that's coming. So I will try my best to do an episode tomorrow as well to kind of go over some of the new stuff that's going on in game. But we've been progressing pretty well here. And actually, I did finish the first phase of the Arbiter mission, so we got a nice little 300 gem reward for that. We're a couple missions into the next phase, which will give us a Sacred Shard when we get finished, ultimately working toward getting the Arbiter once all these missions are complete, which is going to take us a while, but it's going to be worth it once we get there. So you can see our next progress mission is actually to clear stage 5 or higher of the Ice Golem peak 10 times on automatic, so we have to work our way up to that. This was also pretty good because we had run out of our experience booster and we weren't getting much experience from campaign missions, but when we finished one of those Arbiter missions, we got another 3-day experience boost, so that's pretty huge for your free-to-play account. Anytime you can get an XP boost or more energy, all of that is definitely good. Let's also take a look at our champion roster because we're going to need to start focusing on who is going to be our next level 50 champion. Our two big focuses right now are getting Kale to level 60 and then also figuring out who's going to be our 4th level 50 champion. We have Spirit Host, who we kind of brought along as our support champion mostly for her speed aura. And then we have Skull Crusher. He was one of our really lucky pulls early on, and he's an absolutely amazing champion in a whole bunch of different areas in this game, so that's why we've kind of been working on him. And now we have to figure out who is going to be our next champion to bring up to 50 so we can start running a pretty solid team. We got a lot of good candidates here. We're going to have to kind of figure it out. Ward Maiden would be good just for the arena. Banshee is an excellent champion for just campaign in general and for doing the spider. We've got Jizo here, who has been pretty solid. I've put some gear on him finally, just kind of mixed sets and just loaded him up on defense, and he's been pretty cool to use so far. But just a lot of champions. Now, it's relatively easy to build 4-star champions, but when you start getting into 5 and 6, that's when it gets tough because, for example, in order to get another 5-star, we have to sacrifice 4 4-star champions, and we've got a couple we could do. Like, we could get rid of Death Hound or Sniper, or even Crusader, even though we've used the Ascension on him. But you kind of don't want to get rid of champions just to get rid of them, because you never know when they might come in handy. So we've actually started leveling up some food here. I have Vile Spawn that I've got at 4 stars, and then I've got Crusher at 4 stars, and then down here we're working on building up some more. We've got 2 3 stars we can use for food here. So we got to start building up some 4-star champions to fuse to make our next 5-star. As for new additions to the roster, we do have Bulwark, who we picked up in our Void Shard. During the Void event, I kind of wanted to pull the shard in hopes I'd get something good. We got him. He's not terrible, but he's not great. But he will become a pretty good champion for our clan boss team. So we've stuck him in some lifesteal gear and also threw on some extra defense there for him. So once we get him leveled up to 40 and his gear leveled up a little bit more, we'll start sticking him into our clan boss roster. And I hope he is going to make a good addition there, because he does have a pretty interesting kit. He can put a weakened debuff on the clan boss. He's also got HP burn, and he also has a chance of extending duration of all debuffs on the attacker whenever they attack him. So overall, pretty solid champion. We're going to work on building as well. So that's kind of where the roster is right now. Just working on getting together, our initial group of 4, because we do have this challenge here that we need to do: win a campaign battle with 4 champions at level 50 or higher. And once we finish that, we'll actually be on to part 5 of 5 of the champion challenges, which is going to be to get 6-star champions, and that's going to take us quite a while to do. So take a look at our daily quest today. We got basically typical, same as we usually do. 3 campaign bosses is going to be our campaign missions today, so that should be pretty easy. Let's go ahead and just jump into it, see what we have in the market. And we have a couple mystery shards we can buy. Nice thing is I do have 1.2 million silver. I've been hoarding silver the last couple of days, just trying to keep a good supply on hand for leveling up gear. And we also have 6 ancient shards. I'm trying to save these now. Before, when we first started the account, within the first week or so, we were pulling these whenever we got them just to see if we could get a good champion. But I've kind of switched my mode now, where I want to start saving our ancients, voids, and if we are lucky enough to get sacreds, save those for the 2-time summoning events that are going to start happening hopefully soon. And that way we will be able to hopefully get some much better champions into our roster, start pulling some epics, possibly even a legendary. That's going to be our goal with those. So I may actually open one tonight, because it burns a hole in my pocket when I've got good shards to pull versus the actual mystery shards. So we may just pull one of these to see what we get. And then just to update over here what we may do this evening. You can see here we're working on our fusions. We've already got these champions we're working on actually to be able to do the fusion here. Then we've got 3 of the 4 down here. And then we'll be able to fuse Justicar for one of the Arbiter missions in this second set of those. We also we have 1 champion for Rosin. This is going to take a while, but we're definitely going to focus on getting him, because that's pretty much a guaranteed legendary for the account. And then we have Broadmaw, who's probably going to be our 3rd epic champion that we get, depending on how quickly we're able to do this. We actually are already ready to fuse these 2 champions here to get them, and then we're going to have to hopefully just get lucky and pull these other 2 from a shard. But even though he's just an epic sport champion, he's going to be pretty good for our account, just because we don't really have anything else. And then of course we have the fragment summons, which we managed to get 45 of Drokul so far, and we have 2 of Drexar, so not much going on there. Let's go ahead and pull a couple of shards. And we got lucky the other night, pulled Banshee off a green shard, so we've been getting pretty lucky with these mystery shards in terms of them dropping rares for us. But there's 2, relatively nothing there. Let's just go ahead, and we're just going to do 1. We'll go ahead and pull one blue and see if we get anything good. And we got Mystic Hand. I don't know much about this guy. Block buffs is pretty good. That's not a bad skill to have early on, especially for the arena. And he can steal buffs also. Okay, that's pretty cool. Heals lowest ally, and then equalizes HP of all allies. Interesting. I'm not quite sure how HP equalization works. I don't know if that brings everybody down to the lowest person or everybody up to the highest person. I'm not sure. I'll have to read up on that, but we can hang on to him for a little bit. At worst, he can be used as a 3-star chicken. So let's go ahead and claim these. Then we'll go do our arena battles. I don't have a clan boss chest. That's unfortunate. Let me make sure I've already logged in for the clan today. I think I have. Okay, cool. Alright, let's go do our arena matches. And we did actually make it to Bronze 3 today. You can see that we've already been knocked back down about 34 points, so just going to have to try to climb back up. But Bronze 3 was one of the final challenges to get the first stage of the Arbiter missions completed, so we were able to do that. Unfortunately, it looks like the bot teams they had put in the arena are going to be going away this week, possibly, so if you guys weren't aware of what was going on, I've got a video I posted a couple days ago where basically they were putting all of these teams into the arena that were really easy to beat regardless of where you were. So if you were in silver or gold, you would get some really easy opponents to fight. So it looks like that's going to go away. And they never really told us if that was a mistake that they put those in or if it was intentional. So the fact they're going to remove it, I'm almost thinking it was probably a mistake on their part. So it looks like we're going to lose this match here. Just not enough firepower to take these guys out. So no big deal there. Let's see if there's easier teams. This early in the game, I'm not super focused on how good we do in arena. We're still building a team. You know, we're not going to really start doing very well in arena until we get some champions maxed out with some gear and get an actual team that has some synergy together. So right now we're just, you know, trying to do what we can. Get some medals now and then and build up our Great Hall a little bit and save some of that for our missions as well. Yeah, this is not looking good unless Kale pulls off a huge... Nice. There you go, Kale. Get that big AoE off. Thankfully, Kale's in a pretty good spot right now, so I don't know if I want to try these level 60s. He might actually solo my team here. It might be kind of funny. Let's see what happens. Yeah, Kale just does so much damage. It's kind of unfortunate that he is the best starter champion. You kind of wish some of the others were viable. You know, you can always do well with the other starter champions. Don't think you have to pick Kale, but he is definitely worth it just for his versatility, especially for the clan boss early on. He's going to be, you know, right now he's our strongest character still against the clan boss just because of his poison damage. Alright, so there's our 5 done. We'll come back and do the other 5 later as well. But that's just, I always do that mission first just to get the energy to recharge. That gives us up to 218, so that pumps us up pretty good. So we got to beat a campaign boss 3 times. That's pretty simple. And also we managed to unlock all the way up to the brutal level of the campaign. We have the normal campaign fully 3-starred. And then a hard campaign, we're actually at 189 of 252. So up through stage 6, we've 3-starred everything. So now we have to try to work on getting through the rest of these. It's pretty tough because to do a 3-star, you can only use 2 champions instead of 4. So especially this last stage is pretty tough. But we managed to clear the whole stage out. So we've actually opened up the brutal campaign, which is good because in the brutal campaign you can get a lot more experience and some better gear starts dropping 3 to 5 stars. So that's what we're going to be working on there. I've just got some champions in here to level as we go through here. Should be able to get through this fairly easily. Kale puts out so much damage, it's pretty easy for him to almost solo some of this stuff. And we're working on getting Bulwark up to level 40. See, he's got that purple icon by his level. That means he's a Void champion. And we only have 3 right now. He's the best one we pulled so far from all of our Void shards. We definitely want to get some better Void champions because Void champions are the strongest in the game. They don't have any type of weakness to the other affinities. So definitely want to get a few more of those. And we just haven't had really any good luck on our Void pulls so far. Alright, that's 1 down. Let's see, flat roll on the attack. We're going to sell those. Let's do that replay. But, you know, I'm really enjoying the free-to-play account, though. It's kind of fun because it makes you focus in an entirely different way than if you're kind of doing a low spend or, you know, an account where you're buying some shard packs and getting some better champions. And it's actually helped me improve my other accounts as well, just to kind of be more focused on who I want to level up, and instead of trying to do too much. At some point, I'm going to kind of show you guys my main account, do like my own personal main account review, because when I first started, I really didn't know what I was doing, and I just kind of went off in 18 different directions, and basically just tried to do everything at once. Tried to focus on dungeons, tried to focus on arena, tried to focus on the campaign. You know, I ignored a lot of the Arbiter missions, ignored a lot of the challenges. So now that I've actually gone back and been more focused on that account, you know, I've built up a good arena team. I've started working on actually building dungeon teams, and you know, managed to complete a lot of the dungeons all the way through. So it's having to go back and actually refocus and then play through all those Arbiter missions again. It's really you know, helped me out having this free to play account to kind of learn those lessons. So it's been pretty cool, pretty good experience overall. And it's also fun on the free to play because you get to use all these other different champions you wouldn't necessarily be using if you were on a spend account. All right, we got our campaign boss done. So we need to level up and make 4 artifact upgrades. So let's see here. Who can we level up? Let's go down here. We had some food that we were working on, so let's just go ahead and see if we can get her some levels here. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to actually give her too much, so we may have to go open some green shards. Let's just do that. Let's see, we have 4 spots free. I like to pull my mystery shards all the time just to have kind of a constant food source. Just go in and feed, you know, whatever we pull here, we'll feed it into another character to kind of get those levels up a little bit. Another outlaw monk. He's actually a decent uncommon. Okay, so there's... Bear with me here. This sometimes takes a little while to get these levels up. So actually, you know what? Let's do outlaw monk because it'll give him more XP here. So get him up. Okay, that should be enough there. All right, so we got that there. Go back into champions. Let's see whose gear can we work on here. Somebody, I like to start low. That way I don't have to worry about spending a lot of silver between levels 8 and 12. So let's go ahead and do her gauntlets. We'll go up to level 8 with these. Hopefully we get an attack percentage roll here when it hits 8. That's going to be the one we want. Rolled the flat stat twice. That sucks. I'm not super worried about it though right now because, you know, this is early in the game. We're not going to really be too focused on that. But those 2 quests are finished. So that's actually almost everything but the 50 energy quest done for today. So let's take a look and see where we are on our other quests. We need 3 more weeklies to get that shard there. And monthly, we're also pretty much finished. We just need to get 8 more daily quest days finished before we get our void and our sacred shard. So this is exciting. We're really looking forward to getting that sacred shard. And hopefully that'll give us somebody really good when we pull that. So now we can kind of work on the advanced quests. These are something that recently came into the game. These reset every day. And you may not be able to do all of them early on as a free-to-play, but you want to try to do the ones that you can, just because it's going to give you some cool items. Like up top here, if we can get to 50, we're going to get a 3-day experience booster. This is huge on a free-to-play account. And then eventually you can get a 5-star chicken. Those are also really good. And then they have epic books and legendary books. But for us right now, this XP boost is pretty huge. And then every single day you can get if you finish them all, you get an energy refill. You can get extra energy here, extra keys for faction wars, extra gems. So there's a lot of good stuff here you want to try to go for. So let's see, we can do 4 accessory upgrades. That's pretty easy. The accessory upgrade is actually upgrading these little jewelry pieces that you get. So let's see here, we have a bunch of those. Let's see if we can find somebody that has an open spot for one. Most of these are going to be already leveled up. Let's see if we can give her... Let's go ahead and just give her a common attack one, because it's a character we may eventually feed. So that's why we haven't put a gear on her that's super amazing. Because we're more than likely going to use her as a 4-star chicken at some point. Alright, so there we go. We got our advanced quest done. So that's going to give us a arcane potion. Win 3 artifacts from clearing dungeons. That's one we probably want to do. We actually do that in conjunction with this Ice Golem. So we actually need to do stage 5 of the Ice Golem. And the Spirit Keep is open today too. We probably want to farm that a little bit here if we get some time. So we need stage 5. Looks like we've already done stage 5 up to stage 6, so that's good. Let's just do stage 5, so that's not going to take us as much time. And we'll go ahead and keep this team in here for right now. And we just need to complete this 5 times. So thankfully we're able to clear these waves pretty quick. The Ice Golem is not super difficult at these lower levels, but he gets really tough later on, mainly because he can auto-revive his 2 little minions here. Basically almost every other attack if he wants. You can bring champions to block revive to take care of that. You can see we put this one guy to sleep over here. That's basically from Banshee. She has all AoE attacks, so when you have a character like that, it's really good to actually give them a stun set, sleep set, if you can, because if you put their accuracy up quite a bit, you're able to land stuns on big-time mobs when you're doing these dungeons, and that can be super helpful. Yeah, she was a really good pull for us. We got her out of a mystery shard. And she's definitely a champion we're going to want to use quite a bit. She's got some good debuffs too, so she's overall a really solid champion. You can see there she put that guy to sleep again, so that kind of limits them from attacking, which is good. Alright, HP percent. Resistance, not a set I'm really going to use yet, so dungeons, when you're doing them early on, are also a good time to make some silver, because you can sell a lot of these items. If you get a good item drop, you can sell it for 20,000, 30,000 silver, which is huge early on. Just building up that silver supply for your free-to-play account. But yeah, this guy gets really annoying later in the game when he just keeps reviving with that one attack that he does. He just spams it over and over. There's like a way, like you do a certain type of damage to him, he's automatically going to use that that attack. Can't even think straight right now. So you eventually have to be a lot smarter with how you attack him. Right now, we can just go through and auto battle this because our team is so much better than the content we're running. So we don't have to worry too much about it. But later on, you'll have to manual it sometimes, or get the proper team together in order to beat the harder stages of this. See, he just spams that attack just over and over. Alright, shield, not too great. I think I can't remember if that's 4 or 5, so we'll do it one more time. Just to get it done. Yeah, I need to start working on Skull Crusher over here because, he's supposed to be a really good defensive champion, but he just feels really flimsy right now. Of course, we don't really have him ascended. We don't have him at level 60, and we don't have great gear on him yet, but I've been trying to slip him into my clan boss team, but he dies so quickly. Just gonna have to take a look at his gear, revisit that a little bit. It's hard when you're first starting the game just to have really good gear on your champions, and that's why a lot of times it's good if you want to actually mix and match sets. Don't worry too much about getting set bonuses early. Just try to focus on gear pieces and individual slots that are going to give you the best bang for your buck. Oh, we got to do it 10 times. Wow, okay, I need to learn how to read. Alright, but we got our daily quests all finished, so that's good. And we got another advanced quest done. See, is there anything we can craft here that's any good? No, it's still all 3 to 4. Alright, let's see what else we have in here. Clan boss keys, fight and tag team arena. Tag team arena is, we can look at that real quick. A team with 4 different affinities to get 50 energy. Let's do that. That's pretty easy. Tag team arena is a bit of a tough thing for us to do right now. Just because unless you see here, unless we get like somebody that's only set up 3 individual characters, it's going to be really difficult for us to win any of these fights. Because these are all some really pretty solid teams, and we don't really have much in the way of good teams ourselves. So let's see what we've got here. We need to do this with at least one team having all 4. They need to avoid magic, force, and spirit. That way we can get that energy booster. Let's see here. I want to put let's get Jizo in one of these teams. Let's see who else we have. Okay, we have Kale. Pull her out and put Banshee in here. And let's take him out and put oh wait, that's gonna give us, I think he actually had an arena lead. Yeah, put him back. Okay, we'll just do it because I'm really not too concerned about tag team arena. So tag team arena, you can see there we basically were already pretty much dead. They just went first and took out a bunch of our team. So basically, tag team arena, you have to fight 3 matches, 4v4 PvP. And when you're early in the game, it's very difficult to have a team that can actually compete well in this mode. So you're going to have the same problem you run into in early level classic arena, where you're just having to go against teams of multiple level 60 champions and legendary champions, and it's just very tough early to do this and win with any consistency. So don't worry too much if you can't if you can't get very far in tag team arena, because it's tough even if you're in an advanced stage of your account if you don't have the right champions and the right gear. So looks like we might win this match. And here we are on the final stage. I'm not sure if we have enough damage here to get this, but we might. We've got our rain beasts, maybe kind of tough. Yeah, look at that, level 1, and he's barely even doing any damage to him. That's crazy. He's got that big shield. Yeah, this is gonna be a defensive battle here. All these guys are tanks pretty much, so it'll be pretty tough for them. This guy's just healing up every time. This is another reason I don't spend too much time here. This can turn into an absolute waste of time. It's just not efficient to play this mode all that much. Alright, we managed to kill one. Let's see if we can out-survive this guy here. Come on, Skull Crusher, do your job. You're supposed to be this massive tank. At least we're hitting him with the heal reduction there, so that's pretty good. So even though he's got lifesteal, he can't get that back. Alright, we actually won. That's kind of cool. So when you win in Tag Arena, you're going to get these gold bars, and you're going to get arena points too as well. And basically, you try to climb the ranks here just like normal arena. And this kind of shows you on the bottom like the rewards you get when you get through it. This is a pipe dream right now. It's going to be a long time before we can ever even get to the upper levels of bronze and silver. But the cool thing is here is every week you're going to get these gold bars. We only have 15 right now, but you can come into the bazaar here and you can actually buy things that can help your account. So you can buy ancient shards, you can buy chickens, you know, rare skill tomes. We've just been buying the fragments of this guy to hopefully someday get him. You need 100 of them, so it's going to take a while. But you can see once you get up into silver, the rewards get better. You can buy void shards, and then once you get up into gold, you can buy sacred shards. So, you know, if you got a really, really good arena squad and you think you can go into a tag team arena, you can at least get some pretty cool rewards doing this there. So, but I don't know if that is going to give us. Okay, cool. So we got our advanced quest. That's cool. We got 50 energy. So even though we barely won that match, it was worth it to go in there just to get the extra energy for the account. So that's going to let us play a lot more and do a lot more things. So that's one of the main reasons you kind of want to come in here and look at that. So beat 3 fact. We can probably do that one there. I don't know what faction crypts are open today, but we can go take a look. Looks like we got orcs and high elf. I don't think we have. Well, we might have a couple of these. Ooh. She's got an arena aura. Do we have? We don't have a faction crypt aura. So we have these 3 elves. We might be able to get through this without anybody dying. I don't know. We'll try it and see what happens. It's also another thing with faction wars early on. It's hard to do some of them because you just simply don't have a big enough roster with all the different factions in the game and all the different characters. It takes a while to build up some good faction war teams. But you want to do them early if you can, just for the simple fact you're going to get glyphs for your gear. And if you put glyphs in your gear early, it's going to give you a little bit of an advantage in arena and some other areas too. So, okay, cool. So we did that. Let's go ahead and also, while we're here, let's go ahead and do this fusion here. Go ahead and select all of these. Now, basically, these fusion champions we got just from doing the campaign. They dropped as drops there or came from mystery shards. We leveled them all up to level 30, and then we ascended them all 3 times. So now they're all ready to be used in this fusion to get these next couple of champions. Oh, hold on a second. 300,000 silver. Wow. That was a good thing we farmed that up. So it's actually worth it to do it here. We are going to get some new characters. We're going to get some new Void champions, so that's good for us. Arbalester, and let's see what her kit looks like. Transfers a random debuff from her to the target. So, okay, cool. Puts target skills on cooldown. And damage goes up according to number of debuffs. So, interesting kit. Not a champion we're really going to focus much on. We're basically just going to level these guys up to 30, ascend them, and then put them in the vault to save until we get these other 2. Then we can get Broadmaw. So let's come over here and do these. That's funny. This is the first time I've ever done a fusion. I had no idea it was going to cost 300,000 silver to do that. So that's a little bit of a tough one to swallow there, but interesting nonetheless. Okay, Stone Skin, he's an HP champion. Provoke debuff, so I'm guessing he's going to be a bit of a tank. Fills his turn meter. Increase defense on him. And can do a decreased speed. Okay, so he's basically just a tank champion. You want him to take hits for your team. Increases ally crit rate in arena battles. So, yeah, again, not much to write home about with these 2. We just wanted to get them so we could start working on their fusions. So you can see them here in our champion page now. So cool. All right, guys. Well, you know what? It's been just over 30 minutes. I think that's probably a good enough time for today, especially since I'm probably going to try to upload tomorrow. Also, when the new fusion event comes out. Just taking a quick look at our Great Hall here. We're going to have to start upgrading this for some of the missions. So I'm going to continue to play a little bit here off video, do the clan boss, do some other stuff, but just wanted to come out and do an episode for today to kind of update on where we are on the account, again on day 23 as we progress, and then into next week. Kind of fun, we're going to get Haikatoon, so we're going to start preparing for her, start farming the Spirit Keep so we can ascend her as soon as we get her. She's going to be our first major arena champion that we're going to hopefully be able to use her to take to the next level in the arena. And then we're going to get Yaga later at 60 days, and then Dark Ethel. So probably do a video talking about these 3 champions and how they can help you shape your account early, because they all are very good at a certain area of the game. Haikatoon is great for arena. Yaga is very good in the clan boss, and then Dark Ethel is actually very, very good against the spider dungeon. So they kind of give you a couple different champions early in the game. That can be very helpful late game for you if you don't get anything else from your pulls and things. So definitely something we're going to want to take a look at. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of the Raid Shadow Legends free-to-play series. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to leave them down below in the comments. As always, I hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks, as always, for watching, and I'll see you again next time.